Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
Hello, Team NEOS, and welcome to another Team NEOS Spotlight session. Today, I am talking with Nechole Whitlock. Hey, Nechole.
Hey, Maria.
Okay, now for those of you who don't know, Nechole is just about the glue that holds this team together. Like, Nikki and Parrish made this team what it is, and they built it out. And Nechole is like the one who is on top of just about everything. She has her hands in just about everything. So for those of you who wonder, you know, why Team NEOS is doing this or how we got into doing that, it's probably because of a good idea that Nechole had. So we want to make sure that we get time to find out more about Nechole. So hey, Nechole, this is your spotlight. All right, so we're gonna start with how you got into either e-commerce or how you got started with DS Domination / Infinii.
Well, I started in this business. Actually, I'll back up. I've actually been working from home for a while, since about 2000 and started working from home around 2005. And then I went back out to the workforce. I came back home off and on 2006, 2007. Went out permanently because I am a former software consultant. I've traveled all over the US. I've gone internationally. I've done implementations, upgrades, you name it. I've conducted trainings, and then I help do evaluations of company systems and also their business processes and procedures that have to do with HR, payroll, benefits, compensation, and training. So I was looking for a solution because my first son was born in 2005. And part of that pregnancy, I was at home. And then my other son was born in 2007. And I was home. I needed to be home. And I didn't know why I needed to be home. God was trying to send me home to be at home. So I kind of was doing a little bit because I'd gone through a rocky divorce in 2006. And my son was born in 2007. At the end of 2006, my son was born in 2007. And I needed a solution because I had childcare for 2 children under the age of 2. And if you know anything about that, that's terribly expensive. You got diapers for 2 kids under the age of 2. You've got milk and everything else for 2 kids under the age of 2. So I was like, I got to find some kind of way to bridge what I'm doing, because I needed to also pay somebody to help me with my kids. And so I was probably shelling out close to about, I don't know, $1,800 a month in childcare. And then I was paying an additional person to watch my kids, or help me prepare for the week, like an extra $400 a week. And it was just crazy. And I had this crazy van payment. I just had all these payments. I said, I got to find a solution. So I started looking into home-based solutions around 2007. And I didn't know why I gravitated towards them. Around the same time, probably in 2007, I actually bought my own candy vending business as well. I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I was going to buy a bounce house company. I was going to buy a Mr. Slushy company. And so then that way, whenever people bought the bounce houses, they rent out the bounce houses, they rent out the slushy machines. And so I just had this whole entrepreneurial spirit. That was a lot of work for a woman who had just had a baby and was going to be trying to help set up bounce houses. And I was just like, I can't do this and have 2 little kids at the same time. So I bought a candy vending business and I hired somebody to run that. And I continued to look for additional monetary solutions. My candy vending business was doing awesome. And, I mean, really awesome. And so once I found I found a couple of online solutions. I got into multiple companies online. I started dabbling in internet marketing. I dabbled a little bit in network marketing. I joined my first network marketing company in 2007. And I just never could find something that was for me, that I was like, this is it. And I didn't make a lot of money in any of these. I mean, the amount of money that I poured out was just ridiculous because you sign up for all these different programs and you buy all of this and you need this to work with this and you need this and you got to buy ads and and I was like, oh my God, this is expensive. So I was lucky to be able, when I was doing that journey, I was on that journey, I was lucky to be able to find a company that would allow me to work from home. So I started doing software support from home. And simultaneously at the same time, my youngest son was diagnosed with autism. And I knew something was up. I'd known for a little while. I just couldn't pinpoint it. And I had so many plates up in the air that I didn't have the time to invest in it. So I started the process of kind of getting stuff off my plate and investing in that. And we discovered that he was autistic. He had seizures. He has digestive issues. It was just a lot that he has going on. And then he was nonverbal, and he was an eloper too. And for those who know what elopement is or don't know, it's when your child wanders. And you hear the stories all over the news about the child who got away from the parents and they found them somewhere. And my child has a guardian angel around him that is just, I'm so grateful for the guardian angel. I'm grateful for all the people who prayed for him before he got here, because he's had so many things that happened. That story all by itself could be a novel. But I am grateful that he is, we've not had any more problems. So he was an eloper. And I had to find something where I could work from home because nobody could contain him. It didn't matter what you did. He always figured out how to get on top of stuff, get through stuff, get out of stuff. I mean, he's climbed out a window. It's just crazy. So I started working from home and I kept looking for solutions. I did do a little bit of after hours call center stuff working from home. So I'm doing software support, call center stuff in the evenings, and still not making the kind of money that I needed to because the journey for autism is an extremely expensive one. And, there's therapies, there's speech, there's OT, there's ABA. I was being introduced to special diets and alternative therapy and biomedical therapy and non-traditional therapies. And there was just no way I was going to be able to pay for all that and pay for somebody to come to the house and watch it and pay for everything else that I was paying for. So I said, I got to find something. So all of the stuff that I was doing, I ended up getting my insurance license, and I sold insurance, and I did that for a while along with my candy vending business. And it still was not enough money. And I did a fundraiser. Actually, I've done 3 fundraisers now, but I did a fundraiser on GoFundMe. I have 2 GoFundMe fundraisers. And I raised some money, and that helped bridge for summer programs that covered first thing. And I was like, this is still not working. I'm not getting enough money. I'm not getting enough traction to cover these deductibles, to get those out of the way so I can do the non-traditional therapies and keep doing them. And so in January of 2014, I was already in a network marketing company. I had just left another internet marketing company that I'm sure a lot of people know about. And I was at 2 of them simultaneously. But anyway, and still wasn't making any money. And somebody sent me a link that I was in a network marketing company with. She sent me a link to DS Domination. And I saw it and I immediately signed up. I was like, there was no hesitation. I clicked on the link. I signed up immediately. And the irony is I didn't do anything with it for about the first 3 months. Now, what I did do, because I understood network marketing, internet marketing, is I shared the link. And so when I started to get a little bit of a team and my team would ask me questions, the only thing I knew was from the videos, because I am a student of videos. I'm an information gatherer, which is a horrible thing to be if you're trying to make money. Don't be a data collector. Don't be an information gatherer. You will stay broke. So don't do that. So I was just collecting all this information. So I knew some of the techniques in order to recruit. So I went ahead and I started sharing my link. People started asking me questions. And so I studied the video so I could answer their questions based on the videos, but I didn't have any real life experience. And then the group that I was in this large group within DS Domination that when I joined, they had this 6 months to 6 figures or something. And I went ahead and upgraded and jumped into that. And I finally started taking some action. When I first put my first listing up and it sold, I was like, oh my God, what was I doing? Why was I waiting? So I kept putting listings up. That was like March, April, May. And then about June, sort of May, end of May, beginning of June, my whole world turned upside down again in 2014. We had something happen in our house, and I had to move in a short period of time. And it was crazy. And so I had to stop what I was doing because this took all of my energy and all my time for about a good 4 months. And then I got started again. Now, the great thing about that is that I had been blessed to meet another family that was on the autism journey. And in the middle of all this, sorry, my other son, Tony, was diagnosed with Asperger's and central auditory processing disorders called CAPD. And then he also has speech delay and he has mild depression. So he's got some stuff going on as well. As we were trying to go through the things or try to figure out what was going on with Nicholas, we found out, about Tony. So once before I moved, before all this craziness happened, I met this awesome family who had a warehouse of stuff. They are garage sale. I guess they buy things at garage sales and sell them online on the Facebook groups, garage sale Facebook groups. And they have this 1,700 square foot warehouse of stuff. And so I connected with them. And so I used their inventory as my first starting point for building my business. We had agreement that we would do a 50% split, and I did that. And then I had to stop cold turkey, and I couldn't start back up again until about October. And once I started up again, I was selling their stuff and selling my stuff. And in about 6 weeks time, I made enough money to cover my deductible for the beginning of 2015. And I thought I was like, whoa. So I literally was doing the business. I stopped. I got back into the business, selling their stuff and selling my stuff. And it just went bananas. And at Christmas, I hadn't even got to close to Christmas. I think it was like the end of November, and I'd already raised all my money. And so I was like, okay, we'll just keep going. We'll just keep making money. So I kept making money. I kept selling stuff. I kept listing stuff. I kept finding stuff to list. And I made all of my money on eBay. I know a lot of people, they love Amazon. I think Amazon is awesome. Amazon requires you to feed the beast. And so you have to have the time to be able to send inventory in, to tag your inventory and send it in. And one of the things that I had challenges with is that I don't have long blocks of time to do this business. I have short blocks of time. And so I needed something that was going to work for me in my short blocks of time. And so I started mastering eBay, and I would listen to all the DSD videos, and I would listen to, my favorites were when Nathan Van Tool and Dion Jaffe would come on, and they would do the elite training. And I was like, okay, I'm right there. And I would watch it and watch it again and watch it again. And I would pick up on the little nuances that nobody was picking up on, or maybe people were and others were not. They would be like, well, what's their secret? They're telling you their secrets if you're listening closely. And so that was the thing for me. I learned a lot from their videos. I learned a lot from Roger when he was in the business as well. And I went into 2015 with my deductible already covered at the end of 2014. I had my deductible covered for the beginning of 2015. And in 2015, in addition to having the deductible covered, we had enough money for the summer programs. We had enough money to cover our first family vacation. My kids had never been on vacation. And at the time, like, okay, they're 9 and 10 now, so they were 8 and 9 then. And we went on our first family vacation. We were gone for almost 2 weeks. It was like a little over a week and a half. And they didn't know what a vacation was. They think going on a day trip or a 2-day trip to somewhere to go visit family is a vacation. I'm like, no, we're going to go on a real vacation. So I was able to take them on vacation. I had money to do that. I had money to do alternative therapies. We started neurofeedback. I mean, it was just amazing how much my business took off. And I continued to do very well on the eBay side. And then I decided to start dabbling a little bit in Amazon. I like Amazon. You can do a lot with Amazon. You can do merchant fulfilled on Amazon, which worked better for me than FBA, only because although you do make more money with FBA, I will tell you that. I mean, your sales are faster. Your sales are faster with FBA than they are with merchant fulfilled, but you still make money on both ways. So, but I would continue to make money, and then at the same time I was training my teams or building up teams, and it just continued to grow and grow and grow and snowball. So, I needed a solution that would help me to cover all of the non-traditional stuff that I needed. And we still have a really big, aggressive goal. We have an aggressive goal to go see a specialist. And let me tell you, non-traditional therapies are expensive because they are not covered by insurance. And so one of the specialists for both my boys to see him is going to cost me about $15,000 to start. And then on top of that, to continue the treatment plan afterwards is like an additional $10,000. So that that's 25,000 that I need to have just set aside to do that therapy. And then there's an additional therapy that I want to do, and the combination for that one is close to $15,000. So I'm looking at, about $40,000, about 40,000 that I need to be able to put my boys through these two great and extensive alternative therapies that are going to require me to probably pull them out of school for a year. But I think it's going to change their life long term. So.
Wow. Okay, so you are telling us that you just director. That's what you're doing. You're telling us director bonus and the other bonus on top of that. And then you need to go on and get to the hammock, the golden hammock. And then everything will be straight. Okay, I hear you. But yeah, okay. Covered where you came from. My goodness, thank you so much for sharing that, because I know there are many people, we don't really know where people come from, so I mean, they may see you, posting a lot in our group and everything, and they may see you on the videos, and they definitely see you at the events. We'll talk more about that later, but they may not know, all that you have to go through and what you're fighting for. Everybody's always, I know in network marketing, the big thing is, what's your why? So, your why is huge. Yeah. So we all understand, and we will be cheering.
Well, I want to say this, like this morning, we were supposed to start over an hour earlier, and we couldn't because my kids, my son was having a meltdown. And so I always tell people what I want to do and what I plan to do and what I get to do are always two different things. I try for it not to be two different things, but I always have to try and be flexible and go with the flow when it comes to him. And I always try to have some level of a support system around me. I mean, I don't always have them around me, but I always try to have some kind of backup support system, because it is a tough journey to be on. And some people ask me, why do I invest so much in therapies and treatments and special diet and supplements and certain things that I do, accommodations we make in the house, and why do you do that? Why do you put your kids through that? They're always in therapy because they're in therapy 6 days a week, 4 days for one, 4 days for the other. And I say, I know that there is a purpose that their life serves, and they have to be able to step into their purpose or their assignment in life, regardless of their disability. And my job, they were given to me as a gift. And my assignment was to take care of them and do all that God assigned me to do for them in order for them to achieve their goals. And so whatever God has in store for them, I don't know what it is. I don't know what their life's purpose is. But my assignment, once I had them, was to do all that I can for them. And so, I always go back to, at the end of the day, did you do all that you could do today? Did you do all that you could do? And so then if I look at my day and say, did I do all that I could do? Yes or no? And if it's yes, then I'm like, thank you, Lord. And if it's not, Lord, help me to do better tomorrow.
And all the mamas said, amen. Girl, we hear you. We hear you. That is the heartbeat, I think, really, of all mothers, like especially mothers, work at home moms. We're trying to balance it as best we can. And as you said, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we do try to make it, we do try to show up, but no, seriously, Nechole, you are an amazing example and amazing encouragement to all of us mothers out there, and to all of us just entrepreneurs out there. I mean, you said in the beginning, you were saying you had that spirit, even before you found DSB and everything. And it's just so wonderful to be with like-minded people because you can vibe and they understand what you're talking about. They have the same goals. We all on Team NEOS, we all want you all to succeed. We want Nechole to succeed. This is why we're sharing her story, so we all can cheer each other on. That helps so much when you hit those rough spots and when you hit those challenges. As Nechole knows, she has her share of challenges, and she knows and understands that the support around you is very, very important. So we at Team NEOS also understand that, and we do have lots of help in place. I want to share about what we're working on, Nechole, behind the scenes for Team NEOS, but I'm going to have to keep it a little bit secret just for now. But we are working on major, major things for Team NEOS to definitely come there and help and maybe fill in the gaps, where if you already are in Infinii and you kind of don't understand something, or you may need a little extra help, you've gone through the videos, as Nechole was telling you, She went over it again and again and again. That's very important. And, you know, sometimes you may still have some little things that just don't click. So we are definitely building that up for you. If you are not in Infinii already, you have heard Nechole's testimony. I mean, come on now. She was able to have all of her monies that she needed in exorbitant amounts, you know, have all of that taken care of and have enough money to go on vacation with her 2 boys. Oh my goodness. For a week and a half. Okay. So you heard it. There, what else is there? You know, Nechole said when she got the link, she signed up, you know? So that's really what everyone should do. There's a link below, or there's a link somewhere on this page, wherever you're watching this, and you can join with Team NEOS. You can join with Nechole. You can join with me. You can join with Nikki. You know, just we have so many great leaders, you know, that you can join with. Just make sure you find somebody you can identify with and get in and get working. Okay, so Nechole, you brought us from the past, you brought us to the future, what you're doing now. You know, I wanted to ask a question. This is a question that I try to ask different people. You said you've been helping your teammates, you know, and you make sure that you have the answers for them. I know you've come across a lot of questions that some may be, you know, good questions. Some may be questions you're like, oh, not that again, you know. But can you give me one of your, I'm trying to put a positive spin on this. Maybe one of your pet peeves, but you know, a good solution that you found for one of the questions that kind of just irk you a little bit, you know, but you found a good solution to help people pass that. But it keeps on coming up, you know, that question keeps on coming up. Maybe we have some people who are watching who have that same question. So I wanted to know, you know, this is Team NEOS, no excuses, only solutions. So I want to make sure that we get some solutions out there. So please share with us one of the top questions that you have gotten and a solution that you have given.
Well, one of them is I run into people who have excuses all the time, and I don't understand why they have excuses. You know, and I understand. Okay, well, I won't say I don't understand why they don't have excuses. I think what the challenge is that they have a justification. In their mind, they have a justification as to why they shouldn't do something, why they should wait on something, why they should, why I should wait and see if this works, why I should not put that listing up, why I should not list on this platform, and they have all of these justifications built up in their mind, whether they're justifications that they personally experienced or they're justifications that they've heard down the pike somewhere. Somebody had a bad experience, they resonated with the bad experience because in their minds, they're searching for an excuse anyway, why not to do something. And so what I always try to do is, you know, I try to get back to why did you join this business in the first place? When I run into the excuses, I'm like, there's something that made you sign up. What was the reason that you signed up? And, you know, they'll come back and say, well, because I need to make money for my car. I want to quit my job, or we need some extra money for this, or I got to put my kids through college, or I need to pay for blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so in your rationale of justifications as to why you want to wait to see if it works, you know, when they were talking about the first man to run, you know, 4 miles in however many minutes, they didn't have to go back and say, well, I want to see see how everybody does in it, or see if it works. It works. Somebody already did it. They showed you that they did it. They're a real person. They're not a paid actor. And so that doesn't fly. That's the first thing. Well, you know, I just don't have the time. I list 15 minutes at a time because I don't get blocks of time. I don't get an hour to sit down, or 2 hours to sit down, or 3 hours to sit down and do this business. I do this business 15 minutes at a time. I do 15 minutes of listing, and then I'll do 15 minutes of shipping. I'll do 15 minutes of whatever, 15 minutes of customer service. I go back, 15 minutes of listing, and I do it in blocks. I don't get to do it consecutively because when you have a special needs child, your life sometimes is not your own. So I tell people, I'm confident that you probably have 15 minutes in the morning. What are you doing in the morning that you can find that extra time? What are you doing at lunchtime? Are you sitting there just dreading your job and you just are energyless? Well, why don't you channel that whole negative energy into putting up a listing? Go do some research and go put up a listing. And then at night, you know, what are you doing? I think that there's something that you could be doing that's going to help you to be successful in this business. And I think that there's always going to be an excuse that you've justified in your mind rationale as to why you haven't done something yet or why you can't do something. And so that I can't control. I can't do anything about that. All I can tell them is that, when I've kind of peeled the onion to try and get to the root cause of why they're not doing something, or their justification, their rationale as to why, say, you know what? I don't know if you're a believer, but I am. And I believe that God sent this solution to me for a reason. And I believe that the only reason why you're still in this business is because you believe that this can solve your problem. And if you believe that, then you have to move forward with that. And you have to quiet the noise in your head. That is the only way you're going to be able to do this business. You're going to run into listing fatigue. You're going to run into challenges. You're going to have returns. You're going to have negative feedback, regardless of which platform you're listing on. And you're going to persevere through that. Because Walmart gets negative feedback and they don't shut their doors. They have returns and they don't shut their doors. They have people who come in and act irate at a fool and they don't shut their doors. So once you get past that, it's kind of like, I tell them it's a marathon. It's taking a person who's never run before ever in their life and saying, okay, today we're not going to run 26 miles, but we are going to at least take 100 steps. Then we'll come back and we'll sit down. Because if you try to take off from where you're standing and start running, you probably get to the fourth or fifth house in your neighborhood and pass out on the lawn and ask somebody to call 911 to help you because you're fatigued already. So you have to build up your endurance to do this business. This is a marathon, not a sprint. This is not a quick fix. You're not going to have instant money. Well, some people do have instant money, but it's in a different way. And it's, if you're lucky to have that first sale be a $300 profit, then I am excited for you. But your first sale may be something more like $10, $15, $20 profit, or it might be $100 profit. But they're going to come sporadically. And I tell people, I can't tell you when you're going to get your first profit. Can't tell you when you're going to get your first sale. What you have to hold on to is why you even clicked the button to join in the first place. That's what you have to hold on to. And you have to quiet the noise in your head. I said, and when they just continue with their justifications, I tell them, you know what? There's nothing else I can say to you because you've rationalized everything. You have an answer for everything I'm saying to you. So because you've rationalized it, when you realize, when your brain, your subconscious mind wakes up your conscious mind and realizes what I'm really saying, then you will get to where you need to be in your e-commerce business.
Ooh, that was powerful. That was amazing. That should answer just about everything. Yeah. So as we said again, the link is right there below. Don't change your future. And this is something that, as you said, anybody can do. Anybody can learn to do. A lot of us, we were not sellers on eBay. Some of us were. But even when you were selling on eBay, there are still things that they have, things that Infinity, that DSD have taught us that have helped us to even take that higher, So there's always, everybody's always looking for, what's the kind of, I guess, the golden goose or, the trick or, what's the secret sauce, this is the secret sauce. It's like, you don't have to go anywhere else. Everything is here for you. It's already laid out. You have the help, you have the support, but you do have to have the unction and the desire, the willpower to stick in there and do it for yourself. So yeah, thank you so much, Nechole. Okay, so we're gonna try to move on now to the future. What do you see? Okay, now this question entails a lot, so I'm gonna try to, we're gonna get stuck here for a while, but what do you see yourself doing with this business in the future?
Well, I have a couple of things, but I will try to keep it short. First, before I even answer this question, I do have to say one thing. I've been immensely blessed to be able to join the Team NEOS leadership, to be selected by Nikki and Parrish to be on the leadership board. And I am so grateful for the opportunity to connect with them and to connect with the other leaders, including yourself. This has been an awesome, awesome, awesome journey. The transition from DSD to Infinity and all of the work that we put in behind the scenes to get our Team NEOS team, and to continue to pour into our Team NEOS team into the vision that Nikki and Parrish have, to help implement and execute the vision that they have of being servant leaders, and then rising up or raising up additional servant leaders who raise up additional servant leaders who raise up additional servant leaders, and just continuing to develop the team and to keep cheering them on and cheering their success and cheering their progress, so that other people can continue to see that this is possible, and we can eventually get rid of the phrase, well, I want to see if it's going to work first. We had that phrase has to die in our group. It has to die, because we already know it works. It's whether or not you stick with it. It's kind of like a diet, which I really shouldn't be talking because I'm a big girl, but but it's kind of like a diet. You can start the diet, then stop, then start, then stop, then start, then stop. And you have to decide, I'm not really on a diet. I'm just changing the way that I eat for the rest of my life. If you really want to be successful in this business, you have to change the way you think and what you do, your actions for the rest of your life. So I do want to thank Nikki and Parrish for what they've created, the vision that they have, and for the opportunity to serve the group and the collective. I really do appreciate that. And I really do like it, actually. So my future, what I really hope for my future is I really do want to continue to develop my team. I really am interested in helping to develop my team, to have a team of directors, and then to also have Team NEOS and all of the other leaders, help them have a team of directors as well. I think having that extra, if you get to director inside of Infinii, you have the opportunity to get a $10,000 bonus. And if you get it within 90 days, you get $20,000. And so I have this vision of what a $10,000 bonus would look like for someone's fourth quarter inventory. What does that look like, and how could they explode their e-commerce business if they allowed Infinii to fund their fourth quarter? And that's just a whole mind shift. It's a whole mind shift to say, what? Infinii give me money for my fourth quarter? What? And it's because, you're building a team. And what if it was 20,000? What? What does that look like? So, and the stories, the momentum that people would have if they poured their 10,000 or 20,000 into their e-commerce inventory and was able to shake you off on the back end and $100,000 in profit. What would that look like? And how many lives would truly, truly be changed by that? So that is one of the things I see for the future for us. And I really want to play a part in that transition of all of those people and their success stories. I want to see our whole Team NEOS group go on vacation in Tahiti, if that's where we want to go, or Lake Tahoe, wherever people want to go. But I think it would be awesome because you have a whole group of entrepreneurs who cheered each other on, who supported each other. So I just love to see that. I also want to see, I want to get to my financial goals for my kids. It takes a lot to care for my family. We have going out off the top before anything else happens, just in special care. It's $1,000 a month in special diets, over $1,000 a month in supplementation, over $2,000 a month in care. And that's even before you pay the water bill, the gas bill, the electric bill, put gas in the car, pay for the roof over your head. It's all before that. And so I want to be able to see me gain a lot of traction on getting to my $40,000 on the side. And so that's money above and beyond whatever I'm doing right now, just to bridge where we are. And that's a monumental goal. That's a big one. And that means a lot of aggressive work on my side. So I'm trying to balance those two. I'm trying to figure out how to make that work for me personally, and outsource or where I can, and scale up where I can, and then get really good at finding those hot items much faster. Because it's like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So those are the two biggest things. I really want to change my boy's life by getting that therapy. That's a big, big, big deal to me.
Right. Now, I want to point something out. I don't know if everybody saw that, but you raised your hand. There's a certain little bit of accessories that you I want to point that out because, first of all, it's my favorite color, purple. And then second of all, what does it say? Could you tell us what that is?
It says, no excuses, only solutions. And this is my reminder. I actually snap it on my hand every once in a while because it's my reminder when I get frustrated or I'm too tired to list, or I've got stuff going on, or I know I got a shipment that I need to go out, or I haven't gotten to something that I know. I mean, my to-do list is super long. I mean, it is super long. And when I can't get to it, I'm like, okay, you better at least knock off 2 things off the list. Even if the list has 50 things on it, get it down to 48. I mean, just knock something off the list. So I try to remind myself of no excuses, get something done. And
That's
so I wear it all the time.
And where did you get that from? We had the
I got this from the
events or
awesome and
something?
wonderful huh?
Local events or something like that?
Yes, we do have one. Actually, to be honest, I actually got this at our Orlando event that we had last October in Orlando. And our awesome and fearless leaders, Nikki and Paris Witherspoon, gave away a lot of swag because that's how they roll. And so I was lucky enough to carry around the bags and the bands and hand them out to our team members. So that's where I got it. And yes, we do have a lot of local events, especially, we have them here where I live. And that was one of the models, just slight segue. One of the models, I tried to model some of the stuff that I do here in our area, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, after Nikki and Paris. Nikki hosts local events from time to time throughout the year. And so I started the process in 2015 of hosting events here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And we have a pretty sizable team, and we're just wanting it to get larger and bigger and to hold bigger events here. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the growth in our area. I'm excited about our awesome team because they're not all on my team. They're, we're part of the Lone Star Dominator. So you could be from anywhere in the Metroplex, and you could even, sometimes we have the Dallas team go to Houston, the Houston team come to Dallas. So it's great just to see that.
Yes. And then there's something else going on this weekend, isn't there?
We do have, Infinii has a local event. Infinii had their first local event in Houston in January, which was awesome. And I was a presenter there. I was blessed to be a presenter there, which was nice. I got to present, I think, 3 times, and which was pretty cool. And then this weekend, I'm presenting once, but that's all right. We have a lot of awesome speakers, and it's my hometown. So I'm just excited about the opportunity to be able to present and to share the opportunity with others that are interested in looking for a solution, who might be struggling, who might be frustrated, who might be on the verge of trying to figure out where they're going to get their next meal from or how to keep the lights on. I just really want to be able to help those people see the vision, because if they get the vision and you fan the flame up under them, they will take off like a bottle rocket into this business. Yeah. But if it's lukewarm, I like listening to Eric Worre, and he talks about a plane can't take off at half throttle. It has to take off at full throttle. That's how you get the momentum into your business. And that's how you see those people who join our team and they make sales in their first week. They have 20 sales in their first week, or 10 sales in their first day, or whatever, some ridiculous numbers, because they took massive action. They did not sit there and go up. They didn't do what Nechole did, which is, I'm going to watch the videos another 70 times and then I'm going to list something. No, don't do what Nechole did. Do not do what Nechole did. That will keep you broke. That will keep you broke.
Okay, so that was some really good wisdom that you're sharing. Thank you so much. I wanted to also focus on, you were mentioning that there are other leaders who are going to be joining you on stage. There are also other leaders within Team NEOS who have some things that are going to help everyone within Infinii. I wanted to ask if you knew a little bit about that.
Well, we have within Team NEOS ourselves, we have some pretty awesome stuff coming out. We're working on our 90 Days to Director process. We have a couple of our team members that are inside of Team NEOS are coming out with their digital products. We have the awesome book boss, FBA book boss. This guy, we love him, Mr. Derek Strickland. What? He has a 18-wheeler come to his house and take pallets of books off to Amazon. So he's not playing small ball. And then we also have Michael and Marion. We call them they have a couponing course coming out. And so Coupon King and Queen. And we're looking forward to their digital products. And then, within Infinii itself, one of the things that I love about Infinii is all the visions that Jason and Hitesh have for this organization, for this company. We have our Infinii network, which is coming out, which is another marketing tool for those who want to recruit. You don't have to recruit in this business. You can choose not to. But if you choose to recruit, that's some extra money. And that's where I was talking about that extra $10,000 or $20,000 if you make it to director because you did help several other people. You could also make it to director once we get all the answers regarding the BV for your e-commerce activity, but we're waiting on that. It's coming though. But once we do, know that Nicole's going to share a game plan for that. And then we have our team site for Team NEOS, which is coming out. We cannot wait to share that. Miss Lyria Moore right there. She's the one who did all the work. We'll say she did. Nikki built the shell. She built the template. She did a lot of work. Michael and Marion worked on the Spanish side. But Miss Lyria invested many man hours of her own personal time and dedication to this new system. So we can't wait for it to come out. And then Infinii has the Infinii Marketplace that's coming out. We don't have a definitive date on that yet. We have the digital marketplace that's coming out. The regular marketplace is going to be a place where you can take items and you can use those items that are in the marketplace and drop ship them on Amazon, eBay, Bonanza, Shopify, wherever you want to drop ship them from. You can purchase items out of the marketplace at a deep discount, and you keep the profits. So that's coming out. I can't wait for that. And then we have the digital marketplace where people will be able to put their digital products. Like I said, Michael and Marion and also Derek. But I have my team and we have probably about 8 digital products that we're going to be coming out with. And we cannot wait. And it's all about our success in e-commerce, everything from, how to get to $10,000 in 4 months on eBay, how to get in profit, how to get to $10,000 in 4 months on eBay, how to save $10,000 in taxes in your e-commerce business. We have a lot of courses that are coming out. We can't wait. How to start this budget on it. We have a lot coming out. And then in addition to that, so some of those courses, and then we also have, what else we have? Oh, we have our vendor referral program within Infinii. If you want to bring vendors into Infinii, then you'll get a continual non-stop referral fee or a commission on every time somebody sells that particular product. I mean, that is bananas. I mean, I could just think of something simple like candles. And what if people continue to drop ship your candles forever and a day? Every time one of them sold, whether it's yours or whether you referred the manufacturer or the vendor who makes them, you get a payment every single time one of those candles sells. I mean, and it's not just in the US. This is like global. That's what's bananas. That's what's crazy. I'm like, woo, what if those candles take off? What if I sold 50 candles a day every day, 365 days in a year? Woo, mind blown. So I'm ready for that. So there's just so much. And then we have Infinii services for people who want to offer a service inside of Infinii. I mean, there's just so much. This ecosystem is bananas, and they've made enhancements and improvements to the Springboard. So I'm just ready. I'm ready for all the new stuff that's going to be rolled out. We have local meetings everywhere now. There's a local e-commerce expert e-commerce certification courses everywhere in the US now. And they're going to be throughout the year, along with our national event or our corporate global event. So, and then we also have international training sessions as well. So this is just, it's crazy. Infinii is really committed to helping everybody be successful in e-commerce and eliminating the excuses. People will always find an excuse. I mean, people will always have an excuse as to why they can't do something. You can't fix that. But for those people who really are committed to their solution, are able to make that breakthrough, and they're able to break through that stronghold that's on them right now and say, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to let this fear hold me back. I'm not going to let this procrastination hold me back. Infinii wants to help you. They want to pull you out like a rope. They're throwing the rope over and say, we want you to come with us. Come on, we're here to help you. So yeah, so I'm excited about that.
It's something to get excited about. Oh my goodness. There are so many things that, as you said, I'm looking forward to as well. It's just wonderful. It's a wonderful time to be in entrepreneur. It's a wonderful time to be in e-commerce. It is a wonderful time to be in Infinity. So really, seriously, you all are in the right place at the right time. You are definitely right on time. Even if you're watching this video, you know, months after it has already been taped, you're watching the replay, it does not matter. You can make a decision and you can join with us. We will be here. Infinity is being built out to last. As Nechole was saying, it's a marathon. It's not just a little short sprint. Oh, gotta hurry up and sign up before they get shut down by somebody. That's not happening. Infinity is going the distance. We are, the steps have been put in place legally, and you know, and everything else. The people who are working on staff with Infinity have been strategically put in place to make sure that everything is going to be here for you, for your children, for your children's children. That's another exciting idea, building legacies. We talked with another spotlighter, Norman, and he was talking about how he's building his legacy through Infinity and through the multiple, as Nechole was saying, through the multiple ways that you can make money. So it is extremely doable. We all are working on it. I am, as well as Nechole, as well as all the other leaders in Team NEOS, as well as all the other you know, Infinityers out there, and great things are happening now. So you don't have to look anywhere else. You know, it's right here. It is now. It's happening now, and you can get in and join with us. We would love for you to join with us. So as I said before, you can click the link below. You can get in touch with Nechole. You can get in touch with anyone else on the Team NEOS leadership, or just, you know, maybe it's somebody who you know that we haven't, you know, spotlighted yet. And you just want to join with them because, you know, maybe you're friends already, or, you know, you've seen that person post on their Facebook page, oh, I just made a sale, or, oh, I bought this thing and look at the profit. And you're trying to figure out, what is that? What are they doing? How are they shopping for profit? How are they getting paid before they even leave the store? You know, how is that possible? So the thing you need to do is click the link and join with us, and you will learn every single thing that we know. We will share it with you. We will make sure that you are brought up to speed, that you are brought up to date. Any changes happening in the different platforms, you know, Infinity is on top of that, and we are looking out for your best interests. So we just want to make sure that you know that. Nechole, we are going to wrap up here. This has been amazing. You have shared so much, and you have encouraged us so much. Thank you so much for sharing your heart. We hear your heart, and we know that, I know, I mean, you know, I'm already on a team, but I mean, if I was watching this and I wasn't already, I would feel like I was in the right place, and I would feel like I am in the right hands. So I wanted to just offer you some last words you want to share with us.
Well, I do want to thank you for everything that you do within the team, and for your leadership. You're totally awesome. And I want to invite anybody that's watching this video that happens to be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We meet the second Saturday of every month. We get together, we go shopping, we mastermind, we do training locally. It's not an all-day event, but it gives us the opportunity to connect. And this last holiday, I guess after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas, we actually sat down and we broke bread together. We had a listing party, and it was totally awesome. It was potluck. And so we encourage you that if you're in the area, we have, you know, we welcome you to come to any of our local events and come meet with us and talk to us. We're real people. We walk around in the store shopping for profits. We find inventory different places, and we make money. We are all making money online. And then, you know, we're working on having that type of atmosphere available to other entrepreneurs throughout the United States, and having small groups of other Team NEOS members pulling people together so that they feel like they're part of the community and they're not all alone. So just so you know, just because you're an entrepreneur, you're not in this business by yourself. There are others with you on this journey.
That is right. Oh, this has been so wonderful. I know you all have enjoyed it. I have enjoyed this. This was so fun. Thank you so much, Nechole, for taking time out of your extremely busy schedule to sit down with us and have another spotlight. So we will be back with another spotlight soon, and I just wanted to wish you all, you know, happy listing for those who are in Infinity. And I wanted to just to let you all know that, you know, we will be here for you if you need us. You know, you can ask your questions. Somebody will get back to you. You can find Team NEOS on Facebook. You can find Team NEOS' Team NEOS YouTube channel. And then you can ask questions there if you need to, but just get somewhere where you know things are happening, okay? So things are changing, things are happening in Infinii. It's a place that is open for all of you, and it is a wonderful place to be. So aside from anything else, we're just going to say goodbye for this session, this Team NEOS Spotlight session, and we look forward to seeing you on our next one. Bye-bye.
Don't believe me, just watch.